Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp Chance Wrestling. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance, Michaels. Chance, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good yourself.
Can't complain, man. Can't complain. We got two Raws in the bag. We got a SmackDown in the bag. Now I'm going to ask you a question that I was wondering after I watched SmackDown last week. Despite the outcome of the show, despite what we got out of it, would you say that SmackDown is putting on the better program right now?
The last SmackDown was probably better than Raw. Yeah,
Well, for the last two Raws, like Raw's had two now.
I'd say I don't know about the first SmackDown, but the last one I thought was better than Raw. Yeah,
No. Meaning wise, we've had two Raws this year and one
no, I
SmackDown.
know. I'd say the first ones I'd call about even pretty even, but the last SmackDown was definitely better than the last Raw for sure. So
Definitely. Yeah, no. So it just makes me wonder now. Is this a shift now, right? We finally got the title change that we all wanted. Drew McIntyre is now your Universal Heavyweight Champion. Something that's been brewing for a long time. Something that people are clamoring for. Something that you've been saying on the show that it's time to switch away from Cody. Nothing against Cody. It's just that time. I think with a lot of the injuries and everything, a lot of things changed. Seth getting hurt propelled Punk to maybe where Punk wouldn't be, you know?
Well, I can say one thing about the Cody stuff. I've been saying it for 2 years. The guy is a natural jerk. He dresses like a heel. So now we've actually, what I've been saying is actually going to happen. He's going to turn heel because you saw Jacob Fatu come out there. He's going to be the face. Cody's going to go heel here. And we're going to see you're going to see the real, well, the most realistic Cody you've ever seen because he is a real jerk off camera. And you're about to see it on camera. And I think he'll do a better job as a heel because he's naturally, he's a bit of a prima donna. So it'll
Well,
be a natural fit for him. So you're going to see Cody switch up heel, if not next SmackDown, within the next one or two for sure. It's coming.
possibly. Let's see how this goes because I mean, initially everyone was saying, okay, this just doesn't affect WrestleMania because as it stands right now, and anything can change. You know, we have a few months here still. We still have the Royal
Mm-hmm.
Rumble, we have the Elimination Chamber, and whatever else might come in between a Saturday night's main event somewhere here as well. So a lot can happen from now till WrestleMania weekend. But that being said, after this, most people were wondering, what about the Cody Roman trilogy at WrestleMania? Is that going to happen? Now, this potentially could still happen, but I don't think Cody needs the title to do it. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
either one needs a title to complete this trilogy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Um, but what I'm understanding now, what I'm hearing now is that they're moving away from that. They potentially are looking at a Drew Cody Fatu three-way match at Mania. Um, because that was the initial plan. That was the initial direction that they were planning to do this in, is to get Jacob involved into this feud somehow.
Yeah.
Put him in, and that's what they did. They pulled the trigger. So smart call on their part on that front, man. So
I don't even want to pre-book WrestleMania because you never know with these guys. It's 50-50 booking. So we could guess we go blue in the face. You just never know with these guys. They're schizophrenic bookers. So
no,
I
but
just
that's
think
what makes
we're
it
going to
fun
see
on our side.
we're going to see a Fatu versus Cody feud here, and Cody's going to go heel. And then I'm not sure how it plays out from there. We'll see. I think they'll determine how that feud goes, however that gets, to see what happens for Mania. We could see Cody Roman 3, might not. You just never know. They could be just saying that and throw us off. You
But I
never
mean,
know.
anything's possible. Like I said, we don't even know what's happening for the Royal Rumble with Cody yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Drew. Is Drew fighting Cody at that event? Is there a rematch? We
Mm-hmm.
don't have anything. I haven't seen anything online. I haven't seen anything from the WWE to tell me such, if anything is going to happen in that direction. But overall, though, man, I thought SmackDown just looks a bit more fuller. It just looks more enjoyable. I think the pace is just a little bit better on this program right now. Let's see if they keep that up. That's just one. I'm only basing
Yeah.
it off against the two Raws that I saw, including last night. Good shows. Both shows weren't bad. I have nothing against either Raw. I think they're going in the right
A lot
direction.
of controversy coming out of Raw. So it's hard to say. So I don't know. You probably didn't catch this one, but so the controversy is this: the AJ Styles versus Gunther. You know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, where you tapped out.
Yeah. So there's two. Some people are saying he looked at the referee, he tapped out as a heel move to trick AJ from letting it go. Right. That's how the pro WWE guys are selling it. Okay. And the other side is saying you should never do that because Gunther is selling it as he's the one who tapped out John Cena. He's mocking it, he's getting heat off of that, right? And then here you are tapping out. So it's hard to say. It's 50-50. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I'll tell you this: you should never have done that. Just because it creates too much you kind of ruined the John Cena storyline. You made this legend tap out, and here you are tapping out. Now they're saying online, at least, it's a trick. He played a heel move. Haha, I tricked you to let go of the hold. It's hard to say. I'm not sure what to make of it. I don't think he even should have done that spot because it kind of it's taken away from the John Cena stuff, and it's giving people fuel to question their booking.
Well, John Cena's stuff is being shit through and through, so I don't think anything can destroy the monstrosity that was. I think from the story angle, they're just kind of show that, oh, look, Gunther tapped out sort of. I get what you're saying, but just to kind of make it more viable, because, I mean, this is probably going to be the guy that AJ loses to again to retire. So, you know, it's kind of like, I can understand your point. I get it, but I also see the other side as well.
It just goes, and again, it's bad booking, it's bad writing. He didn't need to do that. Now, had he have played it right after, like, I tricked you, I faked the tap out, so you let go of the hold and I beat you. That, okay, you could play it as a heel, smart, the ring general kind of thing, but they didn't sell it that way. And it just didn't need to happen like that. It just creates more and more people to just dump on them for their lazy booking, you know?
Well,
I'm 50-50 on it. I can't really say. It's hard to say. I won't make a judgment on it, but that's the controversy from Raw. Is that? So
well, brother, man, we live in a wrestling world where some people are happy, other people aren't. Other people aren't happy, other people are. So I mean, we can never appease everybody, bro. We can't.
Well, it's not about appeasing everybody. It's just the lazy booking that opens it up.
I don't know. Well, we got to see. Let's see how they play it off, right? Let's see.
But why do that spot? Why even do that? There's no need for it. It just creates more lazy booking. No, I know, but it's like that's not why they're doing it.
No, but if people are talking about it, then it's gaining attention, right? I mean, at least they're getting that. They're getting the attention. They're
not good attention, though, but they're getting attention.
Yeah, but they're getting attention. Bad attention, good attention. At least people are talking about it.
I guess so, but it's just like more and more the product.
I get you. All right, AW. Slow start, man. There's nothing really there that's kind of making me go wow or anything like that. It's kind of there. Agree? Disagree?
They got Kenny Omega coming on this Dynamite. That's big for them. They got that happening.
So, but I mean, he's limited. How much?
I would say the best match of the week, though, if you want to go. I mean, you could say maybe the Trick Williams match, but was probably Moxley versus Shelton Benjamin. That was a pretty good match. You know, they might have had a match of the week there.
It's 50-50.
No. So I mean,
look, match wise, yes, they're still putting on bangers. I have no problem with that, but I'm just talking overall show production, the storylines, all of it. It's just lacking. It's just like, okay, you have, like you've said before. That's their thing, though. Like, no, but it's like you said. You've said it. Vince Russo said it. You know, other people have said it in the industry that this is the window for A&E to take advantage of some opportunities here that may not present themselves later on.
Totally.
So they keep failing on that front. Like, it's kind of like someone's giving you all the answers, and you're not willing to do anything with it. You know, they're making the path easy for you to really shine, and you're not shining. So what's it going to take for these guys to realize this, man? I mean, Jacksonville's out now. Thank God. We now focus on your show. Like, do something.
The thing with Tony Khan is that this is his style of booking. He's an ultimate nerd. What just so happens is that has a lot of money, so he can play fantasy. And in his mind, he's indie-rific, where we're just going to have 13 matches on a pay-per-view. Some of them will have storylines, some of them won't. I'm just going to put out, as he would say, classics, 5-star ratings, whatever you want to call them. And that's what he does. He's never going to capitalize on all the mistakes WWE makes, and they make a ton of them. Just watch Raw and SmackDown. You can pick that apart. So many holes in that show, like it's like Swiss cheese. But Tony Khan will not ever capitalize on that, besides the low ticket prices, because he doesn't have the mindset to win. He's not competitive. He's just a happy-go-lucky nerd playing indie booking. I guess he's happy it's 400,000 people, 500,000 people watching the show. Reruns of Golden Girls draw higher numbers than he does. And it just goes to show you, when you put all these little indie guys in the ring, nobody's going to watch it. Vince McMahon has the greatest quote of all time in wrestling. And this goes for WWE. If it's good, people will watch it. If it's not good, people ain't going to watch it. And the ratings say it across the board, right?
Well, I mean, again,
so besides Tony's live show, $50, $60, $70, you can get in, you can bring the family. It's great value from that standpoint, but he's not a competitive guy. He just doesn't have that inner dog in him like Vince would have. And he just wants to be the nice guy, and he's getting stepped on. Now he just came out and said the other day, he's going to tighten his inner circle up. He's been taken advantage of and blah, blah, blah. That's what he's saying. I don't know if you saw the promo that he did. He was wearing the most funniest jacket ever. It was a jacket that had the AEW logo, and then he had the Jacksonville Jaguars logo on, so you got to his custom made. He's just such a geeky guy, and he struggles. I mean, he put on sometimes he does some good stuff, but he's never going to compete because he doesn't have that competitive instinct of him.
Well, the problem
Don't
here,
know why.
and I've talked about this before, and I've asked indie guys locally about this as well, and the response has always been the same. There's the talent, the boys, and then it's the money. And usually the money has nothing to do with being one of the boys. It's just a financer and this and that. A Tony Khan who wants to be, who is a fanboy and who has the funds to support it, but the talent will never truly respect you. And give you that you're just due because you're just the money, right? They appease you because you support it and you supply all the things you need, obviously. But beyond that, they don't seem to care for you otherwise. And maybe that's the case here with Tony. It's like these guys don't care.
It's not that they don't care, it's that they don't fear him. And now people are going to say, well, you can't fear your boss. You have to have a little bit of fear and a little bit of respect in a way, because you're going to, if you do bad, you're going to get scolding off of that curtain. The problem with WWE and AEW, you can screw up, flub it. Triple H is going to give you crap. He's going to take a selfie with you, the thumbs up, and put it on X. And so you're seeing that in the product that nobody's trying hard as they would when Vince was there, because so to speak, they're not grabbing that. What do you call it? The brass ring or the golden ring, whatever.
The brass ring, yeah.
Yeah, the brass ring. I think nobody's grabbing it because nobody's like, whatever, we're getting paid a lot. Oh, we screwed up. Haha, it's okay, buddy. Take a selfie, go home. You know what I mean? So that's the problem.
I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and I really feel that we've been talking a lot about this, that, and going blue in the face, talking about all these things, and I think I finally kind of figured something out here a little bit. Like, we're dealing with millennials, and I say this with all respect.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Right?
That's part of it too.
Right?
Sure.
We're dealing with millennials and now zillennials. Okay, zillennials are in wrestling. We're dealing, even though these guys may look big and strong, they're still very soft inside compared to what wrestlers were back in the day. Now, 100%. I look at wrestling at back in the day during the Attitude Era, and I look at wrestling maybe, up until the Attitude Era. Up until the Attitude Era ended and McMahon bought WCW. Up until that point, every single girl and guy, doesn't matter how good you were or how bad you were, you had to fight for your spot on the roster.
Oh, yeah.
You had to fight, and if you didn't work, even though you were there, you may not get paid. You may get paid a little bit just for showing up or whatever, but you don't get paid if you don't work. Whereas 83 weeks changed everything. It just didn't change the dynamic, the flow of the wrestling. It changed the dynamic of the business, right? Everyone is now getting guaranteed contracts, regardless if you're injured or not. You're still getting paid. There is no motivation. All right, forget Triple H, forget booking, forget writing. We look at the talent. Look at the exact talent that we're dealing with here. They're soft.
That's part. Well, absolutely.
Overall soft. Okay, you can't offend them because they'll cry. We're dealing with a generation of kids and young adults now that are going on TikTok. Are going on Instagram, and I've seen this. I'm only telling you this because I've seen it. I don't want to go to work. Why do I have to work? I never asked for this. We have people making videos saying that they're blaming their parents for being born.
I know.
Like, why was I born? I never asked to be born. I know. Like, are you naive? So
I know. That's absolutely definitely part of this for sure.
No, it's a huge part of it, bro. Like, we keep talking about this, and this. Okay, like, look, how many these guys are all delusional. I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm not talking about everyone in that. I'm not painting everyone with the brush. Okay, but it's just a general brush stroke here that I'm making, and it might be controversial, but it has to be said, bro. Okay, we'll never ever have the Attitude Era again. Because it's just too woke. We can't do half the things that they did. All right. But the basic concept of storytelling, selling, psychology is lost on all these people because they think they know everything.
You know what's funny I'm glad you said that, because that segues me in this. If you watch people that watch JC, they got swearing on there. They got edgy, racy topics. It's sort of like a rated R wrestling almost. And, now the truth of the matter is they don't have the money behind it. You're never going to have the talent that WWE or AEW, they don't have the money to pay them. They got a couple guys in there. James Storm, by the way, is coming to Chilliwack this I think it's Saturday. They're trying to be edgy. They're trying to be racy. They're swearing there. Big Vito. If you haven't seen him, man, he's a great character. I didn't never really appreciate him before. I didn't really pay much attention to him. I have been now, and he's actually play that mafia gangster. He's swearing like he's
Look,
a really good character, Big Vito, and he's in his 60s.
If you look at the Juggalo Wrestling, I think that you're talking about JCW, right?
Yeah.
If you look at that, that is basically what the Attitude Era would evolve to have. If they had stuck with that formula, this is what the Attitude Era would have become.
Well, they would have had the better talent because they would have the money.
No. But meaning-wise, in terms of the storyline, the swearing, all of it, the realistic. You want to talk about real shoot style wrestling? I mean, how many times have you sat there and thought, okay, CM Punk should be saying, telling Roman Reigns to fuck off in the ring or something?
Thanks for that. Did you hear his interviews he's been saying? He's telling the fans to stop fantasy booking. If you don't like it, too bad. He's just being the real CM Punk, being that jerk, being that contradictory clown that he is. He said he'd never take Saudi Arabian money. It's blood money. Guess where he wrestles now? The guy is a walking contradiction. He just can't get out of his own way.
You know what? I mean, everyone's a walking contradiction.
I don't blame
him to the other. No, I get it. Hey, you're right. No problem with me.
He's a guy that sells himself as I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't believe in God. I'm this moral, guy. And he's everything that guy says. Maybe besides the drugs and drinking, he probably doesn't do that. I believe him. Complete fraud. He just watches interviews from every 2 years. He turned on his best friend.
Yeah, you know what, though, man?
He turned on his best friend, Colt Cabana. But the problem I have with CM Punk is he gets on these interviews and he's holier than thou with his attitude, his smugness. He actually has it in his contract where nobody can talk about his MMA career. Nobody can say, hey, you can't fight, you look pathetic. He can't because he's embarrassed about that. He thought he was a Brock Lesnar. And he realized that he couldn't even beat up the lowest ranking guys.
You know what? He tried. He tried, though. I give him that.
I guess so, but you could say I could take a plumber off the street, pay him $500 grand, and we'll get punched out by Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? So it's like he did,
but he tried. He tried. You got to give Big Man credit, right? I mean, and it's the thing. He's never hit a woman. He's never beat anyone up. So, in that.
Well, he's definitely never beat anybody up. That's true.
No. But he's never hit a woman. He's never been abusive to anybody. So I mean,
no.
So some of the things that people are, including yourself, just being nitpicky, in my opinion, man.
Well, no,
I get it. Their opinions, they get that, but
it's not that. It's that you get on these shows and you scold the fans. The same fans that pay your tickets, the same fans that think he's some great guy, which I've never thought he was. And you're scolding them, telling them what they should think, how, like he's just scolding. It's like, dude.
Well, if the fans can have an opinion, he can have an opinion too, right?
No, I get it, but don't.
I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him.
No, but it's like a guy like Eddie Vedder. They get on the stage and they point their fingers at their fans and they scold them, but they have no problem taking their money. They have no. Yeah. They despise 80% of their audience. So that's the problem I have with these kind of guys.
No,
you're a jerk. That. You're a jerk, but don't tell people how to live and how to think.
Fair enough, man. Hot take by Chance Michaels.
Yeah,
but back to what I was saying before, though. I really think the problem we have with a lot of what we're seeing in the wrestling world is the talent. Like, yes, we can look at booking, we can look at production, we can look at storytelling, we can look at writing. Okay, I get all that. I understand it. But if the talent themselves aren't willing to change or evolve themselves to be better athletes and better performers or entertainers, whatever you want to call it, then they need to step up too, right? Like, I mean, this is the problem. We live in a world where everyone's afraid to say anything now. And we're seeing that in wrestling as well. Like, okay, you can be 6'5", 275 pounds, built like a brick house, but you're fucking soft as pudding inside.
Yeah, a lot of them. Not all,
right?
But a lot. Yeah.
A lot of them, right? And they can't take criticism. They can't do that. AEW, we've talked about it before. Regal, one of the greatest learning trees that you could sit under. Calling out talent, saying, come and work with me. Let's work together. Let's work on psychology. No one wanted to take him up on it. I mean, that's that
CM Punk mentality that he's the smartest guy in the room and he knows it all. And these younger guys have that mentality. And then you hear, it's I agree with you. They just think they know better. They don't need to listen to an old man.
No, they don't. All right. And careers are being shortened.
I see it with our shows. CAW.
Look at your shows. Exactly.
I see it. Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, these guys aren't making any money, but they're getting injured to the point where they're not going to be functionable in about 4 or 5 years here. Like, in a normal way.
Yep.
But they're taking these spots that make no sense. It works smarter, not harder, people. I'm going to stress that all the time. Like Hogan got more of a reaction by hulking out. Than having to do a triple hurricanrana off the top rope, landing on the announce table, shooting for 3. You know what I mean?
He's the most famous wrestler of all time.
Well, I'm just using it as an
No, I know that's
example,
what I mean.
but
He's
even
crazy, right?
even guys like Jake the Snake Roberts, just picking up a guy from his hair and looking at the crowd,
Mhm.
you get the same attention as you would doing one of those, single eagle, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? Those crazy ass moves,
Mhm.
which are great and everything. But I always believe like spots are supposed to be spots.
Mhm.
Right. And what I find in wrestling right now is just so oversaturated with spots, they're not special anymore.
I know. So
A
many
spot,
super kicks and too many spears too.
right. A spot used to be a special spot. That's why it was called a spot. You would have your filler and everything, but you'd have that one or two moments in each match
Yeah.
that would go, oh, wow. But you're getting that every 3 minutes now. This whole thing is just one big spot.
Yep. Spot fest is gymnastics, a lot of it.
Right. And then they
Not
need
all of
to
it.
change
You got
that. They
guys
need to
like
change
Drew,
it.
and you got some of them like that, but there's a
They
lot of it.
do, but it's just like, and that's the other thing. It's just like we're getting to that point right now where the older guys are the last ones of the old generation. And I'm not saying that they're not millennials or anything like that, but when the
Mhm.
older guys are the millennials now, right?
Yeah.
Most of the Xers are kind of out,
Pretty much. Well,
right?
Jericho, a couple guys around, but
A
not
couple
many.
guys, right? But most of the older millennial guys learned under the wings of the X's and the boomers.
Mhm.
Right. So we're really getting to an interesting stage here in the next 5 years. I'm curious to see what wrestling looks like because there's not going to be any of those hard nosed guys around anymore. The generation that had to fight for their spot,
You're going
the
to see a lot of that
generation.
Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega style of stuff. It's pretty much what it's going to be. No
Right.
characters, no
But
Mike Skills, just flipping and
right.
flopping.
This, and I think that's one of the biggest issues that we have with wrestling is there's no fear from any of the talent of losing their spot, of losing their position, of being reprimanded, and not just WWE,
AEW.
AEW,
Yeah.
New Japan, maybe not New Japan. New Japan still doesn't give a fuck. They'll they're probably one of the old organizations still,
Mhm.
right? But TNA even making their debut this week.
Yeah, so I don't understand. Like, I don't understand this at all. TNA is going to go on AMC using a bunch of NXT guys. You're not TNA. You're WWE NXT light. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like, yeah, you got a few of the original guys. You're gonna have AJ Styles come on there for some cheap nostalgia pop. I get it. But TNA, it's not TNA anymore. It's WWE light.
No, I mean
what's the point of it?
we're just waiting for the announcement to be made that they bought them. Okay, because I mean you look at that roster, most of it is made up of TNA or NXT guys and girls
Mhm.
that are going back and forth on the shows. Yeah, there's no
But buy
question
what?
about it.
What are you buying? Who are you getting?
Well, it's a decent show, dude. You got to watch it. It's
No,
not
but
bad.
besides that, but what? Let's just say they put on the greatest show ever whenever it comes on Thursday. Well, what are they buying? What do you get when you buy? When Vince bought WCW, he got the library, he got the talent. What are you getting from TNA besides the library? You're getting nothing.
Well,
Go ahead. What do you get?
you're basically getting the library, obviously, but they're
Okay,
keeping the show going, and they're using it as another developmental ground.
I
Really,
know,
it's just
but
another
the thing is
developmental
like
show.
nobody watches NXT, right? You get 700,000 people watching it. You think they're gonna watch? Nobody's gonna watch. Give a crap about TNA when you
Well,
got Raw,
dude,
SmackDown,
people, yeah,
Dynamite.
but
It's
they're
too
not
much.
producing it. They still don't
No,
own the
I know.
company.
What I'm saying is, there's no point of buying it because it's not worth much. There's no value for WWE to buy it unless they want to buy it and shut it down. If you want to buy it and run it, what's the point when you got SmackDown and Raw that barely draw? You got NXT that doesn't
Well,
draw.
then
Why
that's
didn't
a
work another
TKO
show?
problem. That's a TKO problem. I don't have the answer to it.
No, I
I
understand.
figure
I'm just telling
no,
you.
no, no.
It doesn't
I
make sense.
understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, if anything, if I had to think about it, it'd just be another developmental territory.
Who's the biggest star in TNA ads? I don't even know how to watch it. Who would it be?
Hmm.
Who's the biggest star in TNA? Because I don't know how to watch it. Who would it be?
Oh gosh, right now
This is what I mean. So it's not
probably
worth it.
Santana. Probably Santana would be one of them. Joe Henry, but most of those guys have moved over to WWE
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Right?
It's like
So it's a developmental ground, dude. It's like Evolve. It's
I
basically
get
what
it.
it is.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like so when you have so many projects going on and you can't even do a good Raw and SmackDown half the time. Well, last SmackDown was good, but for the most part, why are they going to take and just focus on TNA? You guys focus on your own shows. TNA is not worth anything. It was great.
I don't. Yeah,
not
but
working besides the library.
I don't think the main roster people are. I think it's more of an NXT project. But I hear what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, I get it. But it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you got NXT. You really need that.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, bro. Well, listen, I tell you what, I think we've covered a lot here. We talked a lot, and I think we've insulted some people as well along the way today.
Yeah, possibly.
I apologize on behalf of both of us if we've insulted you in any way. We didn't mean to. We just come from a different time, people, where we're men and
Mm-hmm.
we're men and women were women, and hard work meant something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not trying to be, you know, archaic or anything, because that's not archaic. That's just a good value to have. Work
Yeah,
hard,
absolutely.
right? And believe in yourself, and achieve what you're trying to achieve. Laziness will get you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sitting around and expecting things and being enabled will get you nothing. All right, and when this generation can start to figure it out, that this is not the formula to life, things will get better.
Yeah.
They truly will. Up until then, we're going to be in a shitstorm of just lunacy and stupidity
Mm-hmm.
and lack of logic and just lack of direction. People, like,
Yeah.
grow up. Like, enough's enough. Like, you didn't, I'm just blown away when I saw that video. Like, this girl's crying because she had to go to work
Mm-hmm.
and start at 9 o'clock, and she's blaming her parents for being born and never asked to be born. And why do I have to work? And come on, man.
A lot of silliness.
It's just so silly, dude. Like, the fact that it's gotten to this point, now it's making me say something. I never say nothing. You know this.
Yeah.
Do I ever comment on any of this stuff?
No, not really. No, I never really heard it.
Dude, I watched this thing last night. I woke up this morning angry about it still. It's like how asinine can people be? Like, it's to the point where I am so done with social media in that sense. I don't want my daughter near it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, one more thing before we wrap it up. All the dirt sheets are saying, they're saying the Royal Rumble winner, you know who it's going to be? It's what they say. Sami Zayn. He's going to get the belt. He's going to get it off one of these guys. He's going to get it off of Drew. That's what they say. It's all the insiders saying Sami Zayn wins the Rumble and give him this title run. Remember how they did the Cody Rhodes tell the story thing? You're gonna do the Sami Zayn, the underdog.
You know what? I mean, if there's look,
I don't know.
I know you're not a fan of him per se. Okay. I know you're not a fan of his look. Let's call that, okay? His presentation. Maybe not the man himself. He's done nothing wrong. He's a good father, and this and that. His presentation, you have issues with his presentation. And I get that, okay? And a lot of people do. It's just another cog, man. It's just another.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. It's just another wrench in there. Like, I mean, how many guys came out challenging for the title? Like, you got so many guys right now calling their shot. You had Randy calling his shot now. You have Sammy calling his shot. You got Jacob calling his shot.
They're gonna have that tournament, right? And they're gonna have further number.
Yeah.
Sammy's gonna win that.
But it's good to see that there's so many that, the way they're doing this now. You took the belt off of Cody. Look how many options you have now. It's opened up. So maybe this was the right thing. And Cody's had it for a long time. You can't say that.
Cody wasn't. Yeah,
he's had it for the better part of 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, with one loss in between. Right? Other than that, the man's been champion.
Cody has a record. The lowest rated SmackDown champion of all time is Cody Rhodes. He drew under 1 million people when he was champion. Nobody else can claim that. So, I mean, he was getting stale. The story thing was, in the moment, it was a hot story.
It's good.
2 years ago. Got to move on. So they made the right call.
No, it's fine. I don't have any problem with it. It's wrestling, people. It's a TV show. These things happen. Right? I mean, I think that's the one thing I really want our fans to understand. Like, at the end of the day, we're just watching a fucking TV show. All right? It's just a television program. It doesn't make or break how we achieve our goals in life. Like, the amount of energy and tension that some of these fans put out there, if they just took that energy and put it to something positive, man, this world would be so much better. Right?
That's the problem, though,
when
Triple H and Tony Khan try to appease these people, you can never appease them. That's the problem.
You can't appease nobody, man. Everyone is, what have you done for me lately? Okay? That's just the way the world works today. Everyone, for the most part, there's more selfish people in this world than there are humble and people willing to help others.
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
That's the bottom line. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you guys. We went on a bit of a rant there. I apologize. And I do apologize for anybody if we've offended anybody. We did not mean to. It is just kind of boiling over here, man. When I saw that one video of the girl blaming her parents for being born, it just kind of triggered something in me, because maybe being a parent, I don't know, but it just I don't get it. Like, okay, we got to that point, right? I didn't think we'd get to that point. I really didn't. I really didn't think we'd ever get there. But guys, gals, work hard, believe in your dreams, fulfill your destiny. All right. Do not let anyone get in the way of what you want to be or who you want to be. You are the only ones that control it. You are the only ones that can make it happen. Okay. If you fail, it's because you didn't put the time in, or unfortunate circumstances happen. Brush yourselves off, get up and run, man. Just keep going. Do not give up. I'm Samp. He's Chance. We're out. Have a great day. We'll see you guys on Thursday.